Hello and welcome to Mastering Power BI video series. This is video number 6. In this video, we are going to talk about a very interesting visualization ribbon chart. Without much ado, let's get into the Power BI and let's explore about this visualization. All right, we are starting from the blank Power BI report where the data is already loaded and it is ready for us to go ahead and work it out. So let me go ahead and directly create the ribbon chart and show you why ribbon chart is very powerful compared to the other charts like your stacked area charts or stacked bar charts or line charts when it comes to studying the trend over a period for multiple categories. So let's go ahead and check out what we have in the data set. What are the minimum columns you should have when you really want to explore the ribbon chart? The first column we should have in your data is a date column because this is used for studying the trend over a period like a monthly trend, quarterly trend, financial year wise trend or a yearly trend. Yeah. So definitely you should have a column which contains the date and the frequencies what you want to measure the value by. So in our case, the build on column in the data set is the one which holds the date and the frequency we want to study by is the monthly frequency. Power BI has already created a date hierarchy and we have the month already ready. And the value which we want to study, the trend is the revenue. We already have the second column you should have is the numerical value whose trend you want to study. The last and foremost column which you should have for creating a ribbon chart is the categorical column, by which category you want to study this particular trend. So are you trying to study it by country level, product level, customer type level, yeah, or product category level? So you decide, and that should be one of the column in your data set. If you have these three columns, then yes, ribbon chart is something which you can explore it. So let's go ahead and create the ribbon chart directly to get to know what's so special in the ribbon chart. So I'm going to go to the build pane. I'm going to click on the ribbon chart and here I've got my ribbon chart. Let me go ahead and bring this to the right side so that we could see as and when we move it, what are we going to get it. So we want to study the data by month wise. So we're going to drag and drop the month in the x-axis and we want to study the numerical value which is revenue. We're going to drag and drop it in the y-axis and we want to study this based on the multiple category value which is on region side. So we're going to drag and drop the region to the legend side and this is how it is going to be presented. So now I'm going to make this chart a little bigger for you guys so to make it more comfortable. And what is so special about the ribbon chart? So let's go ahead and find it out compared to the other charts. So let me get this to the focus mode so that we should see this chart in a full screen. So I'm going to click on the top right corner, this icon, which is going to show me this visual in the focus mode. So watch closely. So we are in the focus mode right now. So when I hover over a particular area, so let's say watch closely how the values are presented here. Australia, India, Russia, United Kingdom, United States. So these are the 5 countries we are studying the data by. So let's talk about India here. So if you could see here, the values are stacked and kept not in a static order. That means India is not always kept in this fourth place. It's actually keep shifting every month based on the value. Suppose if you see the India here in the January, India is in terms of rank, it is in the second position. But when it came to February, it came down to the last rank. So that was the least contributor in the February. So India was the least contributor. Back again on March, it became the best contributor. So the series is getting shifted based on the value. All right. So it's like a kind of a trend I could study very clearly that it started from the second rank, went down to the fifth rank and went up to the first rank. So I could see the way the rank of the values. So watch when I kept not on the bar structure, but on the kind of a wave kind of a structure. So when I keep the mouse over it, this is where the interesting part comes in. It tells me that in February, India's performance was almost 14 lakh 17,000. And in March, it rose up to 28 lakh, which is almost 100%, 99.26 percentage of increase happened compared to the February in March. So I could see the percentage of change compared to the last period. Not only that, in terms of rank, in February it was in the fifth rank and it got moved in March to first rank. So by 4 ranks, it has improved. This is a kind of information which none of the visualization provides it. When you have gone for the stacked column chart, you cannot see these kind of rankings and percentage difference. If you have gone for the stacked area chart, again, you could not have seen this kind of things, but you could see only when you have gone for a ribbon chart. So remember that if your consumer of the report is interested to know the percentage of change compared to the last period, also interested to know what's the rank of the value for that particular period, then ribbon chart is the best one to go for. All right, now let's check out what are the formatting option available to make this visualization much more consumable to the end user. So I'm going to bring in the format pane right now, and I'm gonna go into the sections which are very specific to the ribbon chart to add value to the visualization. So I'm gonna minimize the build section and the data section. So let's go ahead and zoom into the area which you really have to be thinking out to work out on. Is first one is data label section. So I'm going to expand the data label section, turn it on, and once I turn it on, I could see the numbers are popping up here, and it already picked up and shown in millions. Now I could design the orientations, how I want to see the values. I can also design the positions where I want to see the values, and then I could also bring in the category name itself inside. So only when I hover over it, it is telling me it's India, but can I see the India along with the number? So yes, absolutely. By activating the title option, you could see it right now. And I could also activate these two choices in order to make sure the label appears for all the section. So when I activate, I get the values activated for all these sections. Now watch closely, you could see some kind of a stacked bar behind this. So can I increase the width of these kind of bars which we see it behind this the wave structure? I'm going to go to the column section. Inside the column section, there is something called layout. When you go to the layout, there are two different areas which you can work. The first one is space between the categories, which is between November and December. If you want to increase the size of the bar, okay, the stacked bar, watch it right now. The space is pretty high. When I try to reduce it, watch it how it is getting reduced. So I can reduce it like this, so that now the entire words got fixed inside those blocks. And what is this one? Space between series is nothing but the distance between these two blocks, India and Russia. So these two blocks, when you want to increase it, you can increase it like this. These are something which really I want you guys to try it when you are in the ribbon chart. So don't miss them. This is really amazing. When it comes to ribbon chart, these are the areas which you should really give a try and check out how these guys are presenting the values. Look at this. And especially when you are using ribbon chart, my suggestion is use the focus mode when you are presenting to the end user. It is going to be really interactive when you hover the mouse over it, and they can also know what's the percentage of difference compared to the last period, and they could also see in terms of ranking. So we have seen the formatting options in the ribbon chart. What are the formatting options which you really have to try is the column section and the data label section. The other section, I'm going to leave it for you to explore it, and do share your experience in the ribbon chart, and do let me know, is there any other places you feel ribbon chart can add value? Post it in the comment section. I would love to hear it from you. We will meet again with another interesting visualization in the world of Power BI. Until then, take care of yourself. Signing off, Hariharan.